the Dark Altar. I just wanted to show you guys a build I was kind of working on. It's not perfect by any means. It's kind of just a rough outline of what I'm probably going to end up doing, but it's kind of working for me. I might actually end up pulling my defenses back in a later build and kind of towering a bit, but this has been somewhat working for me if it doesn't bug out. Sometimes this map bugs out if you CC the assassins. For whatever reason, they're super glitchy, so just be aware that it might get a little frustrating here and then. This is like my third time recording this, and it's bugged out twice on me already, so just be aware. It can happen. If it bugs out this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and upload it with the bug. But keeping this build pretty simple, I'm just gonna put 4 PDTs, or sorry, 4 proton beams in each lane, and a PDT and a Serenity Aura. You want to have as much Serenity Aura coverage as possible in this place because they do heal you, and you're gonna need those heals when these guys are pounding on you. They hit pretty hard, especially for a 5k gun witch, which is what I'm gonna be DPSing on. Can't talk today, it's already getting late. Let's just check that I have everything down. Missing PDT over here. I'll go ahead and dual purpose this PDT. I'm gonna make it hit this statue over here. And that's gonna be the second phase boss. I already had a PDT there. Here. Let's see, what am I missing? Serenity Aura is right here. Again, just get a ton of overlap coverage on these Serenity Auras. Make sure all this little area is covered so you get as much heals as you want, or as you can. I sometimes even put them out on the outside just to help things out. I like to put barricades out here in these little spots because the what do you call it? These dark assassins, they tend to target barricades too. So if you put a couple barricades here and there, it helps out a ton. I'm gonna go ahead and get on. Let's see, what can I get? Let's go this guy. Do I have the sphere for? Don't. I haven't bought it yet. I'll go ahead and put these down right here to target this first boss. I haven't tried using the little flame towers yet, but I'll see if they do alright damage. Or if they even target him. It's kind of a test to see if that works. Looks like we're ready. So all we do now is wait for a prophet to spawn, which he spawned down here. He's gonna be a big troll guy looking like. He drops his book. You just bring the book to this altar, and then you just check your defenses. Make sure that nothing's being targeted by the assassins, which are chasing me right now. There's another book that dropped over here. Whenever you get 4 books, what happens is that it allows you to, let me go ahead and upgrade this while I'm down here. Whenever you get 4 books, it lets you open up the realm. You can see this called the Dark Realm Altar. So you open up the Dark Realm, I guess, and that lets you DPS one of these 4 statues. First wave you get to DPS this one, second wave you DPS this one, third that one, and fourth wave that one. Make sure you keep track of which phase you're on and which statue it is, because they do look alike and it can get very disorienting really quick. So as you can see, the Dark Realm portal is ready to open. All I gotta do is click E on the portal, but I'm gonna make sure that these ghosts are out of that little square before I start DPSing. And what that does is that as you saw, I hit that bell and that stuns them. There's one that's inside here, but no big deal. I'm gonna just go ahead and DPS and try my hardest to live. It looks like it is hitting the... I'm gonna jump out. I wasn't gonna make the time limit. So the reason I jumped out is because if you're inside here, when that time limit goes off, it will kill you, and then the ghosts, and then the, what do you call it, the assassins, they'll start going after your defenses, which in that case would probably be those little flame towers, but no big deal. You can see I took a hit. It's not huge. I just stand in the Serenity Auras and let them heal me back up. Jump down here. Looks like we have 4 books down on the ground already. I don't know if you guys caught it earlier, but I stunned the Dark Assassins by shooting this little bell that's hanging in this room. You can shoot it from in here if you're careful enough. And that just stuns the Dark Assassins for 15 seconds, which helps a ton. Let me get them out of that box this time properly. That way I can do a decent amount of damage. Alright, it looks like they're out. Go ahead and attempt. Aim back in. I couldn't shoot the little bell. Alright. Take my time. Shoot the bell. Those guys are stunned. Pop the altar. And then pop some DPS. So once the statue is down, the assassins are now vulnerable, and you can one-shot them, or close to one-shot them, depending on your damage. I didn't like the way these were doing damage, so I'm gonna go back to my old strat. It was working pretty well. I was just testing out different things, but it looks like a PDT facing the statue that you're doing damage to, and chaos traps work splendid. Just upgrade them with all the mana you have. It doesn't really matter where you spend your mana in here. The defenses are strong enough to hold, so you can just use all your mana on DPSing that statue. Wait for a prophet to come out, and collect the book. Assassins are out, so again, just watch your toes. Keep moving and walking. You can see these have taken damage. That's from the assassins. You see I walk away. They tend to target those walls sometimes if they're not targeting you, which keeps them off your defenses and sometimes keeps them off you. Go ahead and jump down here. You can see in the mini map they're about to hit that wall. They're hitting that wall over there in the middle, which is probably going to break soon. Might toss an upgrade to it. If they're off your defenses and hitting your walls, it's a good thing though. It's the only reason I started putting walls back there, because if you don't put walls on your map, they'll start going for your PDTs, and that gets really annoying. Mine have enough health. I mean, mine are at 165k health, so I mean they do take a couple hits, but if you don't pay attention, they'll go down still. All right, there's my 4th book, so the ritual is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and I might just try shooting that altar from in here, or that. All right, so it's stunned. I'm on wave 2. I'm gonna wait till I can stun him again. Those guys got out. It looks like they stun him from a random amount of time, but pull these guys out. There we go. 1, 2. Alright, They're stunned. Pop the altar and just DPS as hard as you can. Keeping a look at my mini map. I see the ghosts are about to come at me. I just shift over a little bit. You don't want to step outside because if not you can't damage the statue. But statue goes down and then the assassins go down. And that's third phase. So now we're in third phase. So now we're gonna go for this one over here. I guess a good thing about moving these two, it kind of makes it an easy way to visualize which statue you're gonna be DPSing, so you don't get disoriented in here. I'm not worried about it. Let's go ahead and just max that sucker out. And go ahead and start. I haven't tested which wall pulls aggro better yet either. Apprentice wall seemed to be a little bit more aggro over the PDTs, so they're working out for me. Second book. Third book. You can see on the mini map, assassins are kind of spazzing out on which path to take. No big deal. Got another prophet in the bottom. I'm trying not to spend too much time up there so that they try to follow me over here. It looks like a lot of them are, which is awesome. I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna go, while I have the book still, go ahead, pop the bell, go in here, pop the realm, and go ahead and DPS. The only reason I did that is because all the ghosts were down there and I didn't want to waste any time dropping the book off before hitting the bell. You can see these guys are really far away, which is what you kind of want to do before you start DPSing the statue. Now you're gonna have to dodge while you DPS and you lose out on some numbers there. I went ahead and started it. I'm not worried about this last one. I should have probably moved over my defenses, but I'm gonna show you what it's like DPSing without the PDT traps. It's a little bit harder, but it's still doable. If you pet procs and your crits hit, you should be able to do it in one phase. If not, then 1.5 phases works. Another book. You guys are playing in multiplayer? Keep track of the numbers that keep on popping up on the screen. As soon as you see it in 3, you guys should start kind of lingering a bit towards the middle and getting ready to DPS, because if you miss that little DPS window, it becomes a bit stressful. Especially if one person pops the altar and nobody's there to DPS it and that one person doesn't have DPS. It gets a little bit hectic. I was doing some runs with randoms earlier and carrying them, and they would pop the altar and it would get a bit hairy for a bit. We drag them all away, or most of them away. Pop the bell. Go ahead and jump in here and DPS from the start. You can see I have one coming at me. Just try to keep your gun aimed at that. I died, no big deal. It looks like they're gonna go target the barricades. Actually, they might be hitting my PD. No, they're hitting the barricade. Good, good, good. That's the reason you put those barricades down. As you can see, they didn't target the poison dart traps. They're still fine. They targeted the heck out of that barricade, which is awesome. That's what you want to see. I'm glad that happened actually, so you guys can see what happens when you die. They just go crazy for the nearest defense that's out there. they will kill those the poison tower traps too, and make it a bit harder to win. So make sure you have a wall or two back there, ready to catch them if you die. The book down there, you can barely see it. That statue was a little bit under half health, so I don't have to worry about the position of the ghost as long as I can DPS him quick enough. Nah, you guys can take your time and drag him away from the little window. Or just go ahead and pop the altar and not worry too much about it. They can still kill you while they're in this phase, so just try not to take hits from them. There you go. A victory. It's not easy, but it's doable. As long as you guys keep track of where those ghosts are at, or the assassins, then you're fine. Again, this chest drops a DPS ring and the mystic weapon, which the mystic isn't out, but I was talking to Pronx and Isam earlier, and they said that it was intentional and that it's so you can farm a weapon before you get the character. I didn't get a ring that time, but I'll show you guys what the ring kind of looks like. I have a couple of them somewhere. Let's see. Not it. You have one on here. Yeah, I have one. No, I don't have one. It's not it. I saw them already. Here we go. That's a pretty high roll. It's 750 item power, unupgraded, and it's just a little DPS ring. I'm not gonna put that one on because it doesn't have hero crit, but and these are the swords that drop. You can tell it's gonna be a pretty bad of the bone weapon once we get that hero. Kind of excited for it. Alright guys, that was pretty much the build. It wasn't perfect, it needs a lot of work, but I don't know. You guys can upload your video and show me guys what you do, and we can come up with something that works good for everybody. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys want, I've been streaming on weekends. You guys can go check me out on Trees That Moo on Twitch. Other than that, I appreciate the views. I love you guys. Alright, peace.